Whatever you want to ask, man, let's do it.
All right, first question is going to be, what's your relationship like with your mother? No, just kidding.
I was gonna say like what political party do you represent? Like right off the gate, I was
Yeah.
like, dang, you're swinging for the fences.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Off the Scorecard podcast. I'm your host, Carter, and today we have a very special, very warm guest, Rev Mac.
Yo, thank you for having me, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you for
Yes, of
taking the
course.
time out of your day.
Thank you for coming on. I mean, if you guys don't know Rev Mac, you probably have seen at least one of his videos come across your guys' feed at some point in time. He comes up with these ideas and wears clothing that is sometimes questionable, but always seems to make everyone laugh. And it's a true honor to be able to talk with him a little bit before we started recording and just to see the genuine guy that he is. And I'm super stoked that we're able to have him on today. Uh, so you're part of it's called Happy Hour Golf Club. I mean, what can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so Happy Hour Golf Club, we're here in San Diego, but it covers all of San Diego, and San Diego is a pretty large. I mean, it's like 10 minutes above the border all the way up until like Camp Pendleton, basically. So it's a large ground. And Happy Hour Golf Club, I first learned about it last year, and it was this very unique group of guys. I want to say like 10 or 15, maybe 20, 25, but now I feel like there's 40, 45. Like it's definitely growing. Um, Noli is the president. I call him El Presidente. And it's just a very super casual, chill golf club, right? They have two tournaments a month. One of them is going to be a social club where you don't have to be a member to come out and play. And then they have a member tournament that you earn points throughout the year, kind of like the FedEx point system. And then there's a big tournament at the end of the year. We have four majors, we have a Ryder Cup, and it's fun because it's being part of something that's social but also competitive. But you're out there with guys that want to be competitive, but it's not like in your face. Like nobody's gonna get upset. Like, yeah, you have to put everything out and you're counting everything through like the gin handicap system. But there's just something unique and something special about it that they have going on that I feel like should be in every city because it's just when you sign up for a tournament, the tournament spots go fast. Like if you're not signed up within like 4 or 5 hours, they're going to sell out. Everybody
Wow.
wants to play in them, and they get cool sponsors every event. People, come out and set up their booths. And then like every tournament, it's going to be something like I think there's one coming up. It's called the four card, where there's like something wacky on each hole, right? Like you can only play with a 7 iron.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll be
Or
fun.
like a putter only, or you can throw the ball up to the shot. But like I said, every tournament is different. So there will be like all of our major tournaments, those you got and you're playing golf, right? Like you're duking it out with your guys in your group, like you're trying to shoot low. It is handicap, but um I joined in January and it's probably one of the better decisions that I made this year to do. It's just fun. I look forward to it every year.
It looks fun. I mean, because you were just golfing with some of the guys that are in part of that crew, like last weekend or something, in like
So
Ramsell.
no, so wait, Kevin is in part of Happy Hour. TJ from Fair Wagers is not. I'm trying to get him to join up. He's played in schools. But his argument is it just all the tournaments are so far away, which is complete BS. They're not. Like we're all San Diego. Some may be like 40 minutes away, but others are like 10 or 15 minutes away, especially for all the North County guys. But I try to get as much people that I play golf with involved with happy hour just because it's like, dude, this is it's a group of guys that like to drink and play golf, ranging from like 25 years old to like 50. Like it's just a
Right.
solid group of guys.
Nice. Yeah, when you said El Presidente, this is kind of just a random top thought that came to my head. So we were just down in the Dominican Republic in the beginning of the year, and that was what our like driver told us. He because that's like the beer they make there is the Presidente, and he's like, all you have to say is El Presidente, por favor. So
No, so nobody, it was just one day he reposted one of my stories and I was like, thanks, brother or something. And then I don't know why it popped in my head to call him El Presidente. I mean, he's not even Spanish, he's Filipino. So like that is, but now I just call him El Presidente because I feel like he's my El Presidente. So
yeah, yours.
yeah.
That's hilarious. And so I guess getting back to the roots of it, I mean, you spoke a little bit. You said you had lived in Texas before this. I mean, what was the start of Rev Mac? I mean, what made you get into the position that you're in now?
So the start of Rev Mac or the why golf content, because it's kind of like a two-parter to that.
Let's
So
do both. Yeah.
yeah, I guess we'll start with Rev Mac. So Rev Mac is short for Reverend Joshua McQueen. And that started back in 2017. We were living in the Bay Area, my wife and I, girlfriend at the time, now wife. She's like, "Hey, our neighbors are getting married, and I signed you up to marry them." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I signed you up to marry them to be their officiant." I was like, "I'm not even eligible to do that." She's like, "Oh no, I already did that for you through the internet." So I
Nice.
wasn't sure if you wanted to be rabbi, uh, preacher, or reverend. And she's like, "I just went reverend because you seemed like a reverend." And I was like,
Okay.
okay. So that's where reverend came from. And then actually I've done, I think like 5 or 6 weddings since that point.
Nice.
Not that I did that. And they're like, "Do you want to do ours?" Just like family or friends. And um it's cool. Like weddings are expensive. Everybody knows how crazy expensive weddings are. So any place that you can save some money and just cut costs, I'm like, yeah, whatever I can do to help. But my only requirement is that my wife gets to come and we get to enjoy the open bar. So that's the only requirement. No money, no payment is exchanged. Just let us come and drink.
This is
And
an advertisement for your marriage
yeah,
services. Oh,
that's it. Just the open bar and a plate of food. And
yeah.
the content actually started like 3 or 4 years ago on TikTok, not even golf related. I work for FedEx, during the day. So I would just get bored on my lunch breaks and I just started doing these Trader Joe salad reviews where I would just get a new Trader Joe salad every day and review a salad, which is hilarious because at the time I was like 300 pounds and you see me reviewing a salad. So most of the people were like, "This guy never eats a salad in his life. What's he talking about?" Um, but I was just doing those and would post them. And then as I'm scrolling through TikTok, I would see a lot of golf content, golf creators posting their stuff. So I was like, well, I play golf all the time and I'm not shy behind the camera. So I was like, let me go out and play golf and record some shots. And so that's how that came about. So I started doing it on TikTok. I was way too shy to do it on Instagram. And then last year I was like, dude, I might as well just start an Instagram and do it on there. Like, what's the point? Like, it doesn't matter. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Who cares what people think? And then here we are now, a year and a half later, and it's been fun. It's been a fun ride.
It's super cool
It
to see
it
from the
is.
other end of things.
Oh, thank you. It's funny. Like 2 weeks ago, I was looking back at some of my videos that I first posted, just like edit wise and stuff, and it was like, I can't believe that I posted that. Like, it's just like, man, like no wonder it only had like 12 likes and 0 comments, but it's cool. It's a ride. It's a journey. You learn as you go. You're not going to be perfect from the
Absolutely.
get-go. So, yeah.
And then the part two to that, well, I mean, is that how you switched into
Oh,
golf?
yeah. Sorry. So
Seeing
the
the
first
guys
part,
that are doing it, or
yeah. So the first part was the whole Reverend Josh
yep,
McQueen.
okay, yep,
Rev
yep,
Mac. So I just abbreviated the Reverend Joshua McQueen to Rev Mac. And then the
absolutely,
second part was me getting the content by doing Trader
yep,
Joe. So
okay,
now,
yes,
like, yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I would have never thought. Honestly, I was just kind of thought you were just like rev your engine, like just kind of like going.
I've gotten that before too. They're
Yeah.
like rev it up. I was like, no, not really. Just like, reverend. They're like, reverend. I was like, yeah, like ordained. They're like, oh, so you're like a preacher. I was like, well, kind of by the state of California and the internet, but
Yeah, right, yeah, by this piece of paper that I printed off.
yeah, $35, anybody can be a reverend.
That is insane. Um, and then, so I guess with that, if you're not golfing, like, what's one of the favorite things you can do, by yourself or with your family?
When I'm not golfing, I love doing stuff with my wife and my son. We are zoo pass holders, safari park holders. We like to travel. My wife and I traveled a whole lot before COVID and before we had our son. He just turned 5, so now we're definitely going to start traveling again. Probably next year international. We like to do a lot of domestic. Um, we started in 2018 a baseball stadium crawl where we're trying to see every baseball stadium in the United States, and it's been pretty cool. She's got 25, I've got 26, or she's got 24, I've got 25, so we only have like a handful more until we have them all completed,
Dang,
which is pretty gnarly, yeah.
that's wild.
Other than that, just a big family guy, hanging out, doing stuff around the house, always working in the garage. I feel like it's organized, but every weekend it's unorganized, which doesn't make any sense.
Just being a dad.
Yeah, just being a dad, just fully embracing the dad life, which is something that I'm enjoying and really loving.
Sweet. Um, this is one question that I've asked everyone that I've had on so far, and I'm curious to see if you'll be the outlier this time. But so my thing is that if you could golf with any, like if you get a foursomes, like you and three other people, they can be dead or alive. They don't have to be golfers. They could be historical figures, actors, whatever like that. Who would you want to golf with?
Probably my dad. He passed away in 2012.
Okay.
Me and him, I've had this question asked before, and it's always a tiebreaker because the person that I would choose you wouldn't even expect to be a golfer is Jack Black. I just think he's absolutely hilarious.
Right.
Um, and I would probably have to go with the big cat with Tiger just because like if I get to pick who I want to play with one time and that's it, like Tiger, because when would that opportunity ever come again?
Right.
So it'd probably be Jack Black, my dad, and Tiger, which if you're looking at it, you're like, that's a weird group. But to me, I feel like that'd just be like the best day ever.
You're right. Yeah. So far everyone has said Tiger Woods. So I think
Really?
that's a hot commodity. Yeah, no one has. I mean, and you're actually the first person to not choose. Everyone else has picked all golfers. Like they've always
Hmm.
picked like, oh, Bryson DeChambeau, John Daly, or some other famous golfers. I think actually maybe we did have one artist before, but yeah, everyone picks a lot of golfers. I'm like, I want to see like who would you think of like Jack Black? Like, I mean, I don't care if he's bad at golf. I just that
Yeah.
dynamic sounds amazing.
Yeah. I just feel like it would be, you could play your worst round, but it'd be hard to have a bad time if Jack Black is there because he's freaking Jack Black. Like he's hilarious.
Right. Well, and I guess that doubles because he's an actor and a musician. So now you're getting, the best of both
Yeah.
worlds
Double whammy.
there. Yeah. Did you and your dad golf much?
Do what's that?
Did you and your dad golf much, or did you guys
No,
golf
we
at all?
didn't. We probably played two whole rounds together our entire life. So my parents were actually divorced, right?
Okay.
Um, I grew up in Texas. My dad was in right outside of Detroit. So I would go back as I got older, probably starting at like 13 or 14 to Detroit every year. And would visit either summertime or Christmas time, whoever had turns, I guess you could say.
Right.
Most of the time it ended up I would go back for Christmas. So the weather out there wasn't you couldn't golf in Detroit in Christmas time. But
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, the summer times that I would go back, we would at least go to the driving range, and would make it to like a small, like a little 9-hole course. So actually, like two full 18s, I think I have the scorecard from one of them and a couple photos, but yeah, not much.
Wow.
It was a good time. My dad was a big deadhead, like a stoner. So he
Oh
would
yeah.
pre-roll a couple joints, grab a couple beers, and just this was before like you could take speakers on the golf course. But he would just be like the ultimate vibe guy, just hit a bad shot. He's like, I don't care, I'm gonna drop another one. Just kind of just play his own beat, which is cool. So
Can I play with your dad too? Yeah, that sounds like fun.
yeah, big vibe guy for sure.
That sounds amazing. Um, yeah. So I guess like, how do you come up with your ideas for when you're making like a video? Like, I mean, I feel like most people on the internet, I feel like if you've asked if you've seen a Rev Mac video, they're gonna talk about the one of you in the, is that a singlet or I don't even know what you call that?
The page
Uh,
video,
yes, where you're recreating it. I feel like that's probably like the mo video that
it could
everyone
be
has
called,
seen of yours for sure.
it could be called a singlet or a onesie. I still don't even know what it's called just because when I bought it off Amazon, it was like a 5-word sentence. It was like women's workout tights showing back. Like the way I typed it into Amazon, I could never find the right thing until I put in the correct like 5 words, and I was like, okay, this is close enough because what she was actually wearing was like way more expensive than what I wanted to spend for just like a one video.
Right.
I was
Right.
like, I want to spend like 70 or 80 bucks for that. Like I can get it from Amazon Prime for like 12 bucks.
Right.
Um, but yeah, onesie, singlet, whatever. And if I'm gonna be completely honest with all you guys, and I'm not afraid to admit this, that thing was pretty comfortable. Like it was way more comfortable than it looked. I know there's the beginning of the video, I like kind of popped it. Um, but it was extremely comfortable actually. But would I wear it again? Probably not, unless Paige, if you're seeing this page and you want me to wear that for you, I will definitely do that because I didn't return it. I told people I returned it, but I didn't return it.
The truth comes out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just actually what you wear to work now or to bed now. Oh, so I mean, like, what goes through your brain to come up with an idea like something like that? Like a lot of your videos.
So that idea, it was obviously I feel like my sense of humor is like kind of out there. So when I meet somebody that has a sense of humor like mine, I'm always like, oh, this person gets me. But also you got to think like what I do for work, I'm kind of just driving around for like 10 hours a day in a truck by myself, dropping off and
Right.
picking up packages. So I have a lot of time to think, and on my breaks, like I'll see videos and stuff. So I'm always constantly like trying to come up with new ideas and what would be funny. And then I'll pitch them to some of my buddies and like, well, that's a funny idea, but it'd be hard to execute. And that one, I saw her posted on like a Wednesday or a Thursday. And I knew that like if I did it, I would have to like make it pretty quick for it to still be relevant, right? And I
Right.
think I sent it to one of my buddies and I was like, yo, how funny would it be if I recreated this video? And he's like, you won't do it. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I was like, I didn't tell anybody that I was doing it. And then I bought it from my wife. No, I bought it and then I put it on and I walked downstairs and I show my wife and she's like, what are you doing? It's like, I have a video idea. And I showed her the
Can't
video.
imagine seeing that.
I showed her the original video and she's like, I don't get it. I was like, it'll be funny. Like it's gonna be her and then it's gonna be me and I'm wearing the same thing. She's like, but I don't get what's funny about it. I was like, you don't get like, that's hilarious. She's like, I don't know. I was like, you just have to trust me on this. So making the video was tough because obviously I can't just wear that as a male to my home golf course. Luckily, it's like half a mile from here. So every time I would try to go film it, the course was packed. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait for it to close down and I'll just drive to the tee box in my truck because there's 2 or 3 tee boxes that I can access if I just drive my truck and just run over there too. And finally, I just did it and I was like, I don't care. Put my camera up and shot the video, wore it underneath like my regular clothes so that I could just go to the tee box looking like a golfer, then strip
Like a
down a little bit.
superhero.
Exactly.
When the time is right.
But yeah, just I don't know, like I saw that, but I knew it had to be done soon so it would still be relevant. So I made sure that I
Right.
posted that video within like 4 days of posting it, of her posting it. But most of the time I try to think of also like old movie scenes from movies that I enjoyed growing up and how that would correlate, into a golf theme or how you could bring in a golf idea similar to that. Um, I don't know, just kind of being like a weird brain. Just if I
Right.
think it'd be funny, I'll try to translate it into a video.
I mean, yeah, I love it. I mean, people seem to love it. It seems to be bringing smiles and laughter to a lot of people. And it's amazing.
Try to.
Um, I guess I want to see if you can think of it. I mean, if we can come back to this if you want to think about it a little bit. Just if you can think of like the craziest story, non-golf related, just something insane that's happened in your life that you want to share.
Craziest non-golf, bro. There's a lot of crazy stories that have happened in my life, non-golf. Like, I don't even know how to begin or which one to choose, just because. So, like, growing up in Texas, you know, obviously we're from a small town in Texas. Have you ever seen the movie Varsity Blues?
I mean,
I
Google. I
forget
feel like it.
you're a young cat. Like you're half twice my age. You're younger than me by like half. You're in your 20s, right?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I've seen this. Yes. Well, I grew up. I don't know, I grew up in a small town. Like we didn't have Wi-Fi. Like everyone in my grade had Wi-Fi like fourth grade. I didn't get Wi-Fi till like eighth grade. So like I was kind of like stuck in the Stone Age for a little while. So I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
I can have an old soul sometimes.
So my hometown was super similar to that. Like we had dial up, right?
Oh yeah.
And then, but sometimes it wouldn't even work. Like you couldn't use it if somebody was on the phone, right? What I'm
Hmm.
saying is, it was a small town in Texas, so like football was heavily part of it. So we started drinking. A lot of me and my friends started drinking at a young age, just because you play football and you get drunk on the weekend. So like my crazy story started like at a very, very young age. So we're gonna have to circle back to this while I think of the craziest story that has
No
happened to me.
worries.
So I'll have it before we finish.
Yeah, no worries. Well, this is a little segment here that I want to try out. You'll be the first one on it, so you can see how well it does. It's going to be called Scratch It or Send It. So I'm just going to give you a couple, just a couple hot takes on things, and then you can say scratch it if you want to get rid of it, like if you're not a fan, don't want to do something like that, or send it if it's something that you're into. Kind of like Tinder swipe left, swipe right.
Cool.
Iron covers.
Scratch it.
PXG lovers.
Scratch it. But I do love veterans, so I'll say that.
Yeah, halfway. Um, Getting there like 5 minutes before your tea time.
Scratch it.
What time do you get there? I mean, this is a little off kilter, but
So it's fine, but so I'm a big person on being on time, being prompt, being prepared, but I'm also 40, but I would show up right at the tea time like 20 years ago. But now I'm like, I want to get there a good 30, 35, 40 minutes, stretch, hit a small bucket, talk a little bit. But I don't think if I show up 5 minutes before my tea time, my round's already screwed because I'm gonna feel rushed from the get-go. Scramble into
gotcha.
the tee box. If you're trying to load your cart or whatever you're gonna do, hurry into the tee box. For me personally, I'll just feel like I'm rushed the entire round. So
Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
So scratch it is a nay and send it as a yes, basically, right?
Yes.
I hope I'm
Yep.
not okay.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
No,
don't
you're
want
good.
anybody to think that I'm a fan of iron covers, so that's why I wanted to be clear that a scratch it is a nay.
Yeah. Uh, oh, dang, that just threw my brain for a loop there. Where did I have it?
Wait, do
Uh,
you play PXG irons?
do I?
Do you play
No, I have ping
PXG?
irons.
Okay, okay. So you must be like a stick golfer or a single digit golfer.
No. I know.
No.
I just bought them because they were a really good deal.
Oh, okay. What
Yeah.
what do you think? Sorry, we're getting off topic here a little bit.
Oh, go ahead.
I think PXG has such a weird rap.
I don't know. See, because and I didn't know it really had a big stigma behind it until I was talking to someone. I think I saw some TikTok of some guy just shit talking it because the guy I actually bought my irons from, the reason he was getting rid of them is because he took a job with PXG. And I
Oh.
was like, oh, and he fitted me for a driver. I'm like, this is kind of a nice driver. And then after I got back home and I saw those videos, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't buy it.
Do
Uh,
you remember who the TikTok video was that you
I think it
saw?
was Shane O'Golf's was the first one I saw, just pushing the hate.
Yeah, I've seen those before. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, Shane O'Golf, him and his PXG videos get me. Like, he'll be going on about like bags, and then he'll do to one that's like PXG, and he's just like, no, and then he'll keep going. Like, that
right.
guy's pretty funny though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if maybe I just am part of so many different subcultures. I mean, I'm not like a fit guy, so I don't know why I'm part of like the fitness. Like, I watch a lot of the fitness videos, maybe because
Yeah.
I want to push myself to do like to do that. But I watch this guy, Scotty K Fitness on TikTok. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he like does recipe videos and stuff like that. And there's this guy V Shred. He's like been pushing like weight loss stuff for the longest
Oh
time.
God.
And so he's just like in all his videos, he's like teaching you how to cook. He's like, put the eggs into the bowl. Get the flour into the bowl. It's not that serious. Seriously, fuck V shred. And then you'd be like, eggs, mix them into the bowl. Like,
This is the guy that this guy you're talking about hates V Shred, right?
oh
Is he
yeah.
also the guy that did the HOA video and put the like the I saw he's like a jacked kind of redheaded dude.
don't know what color hair he has because he has like a big mustache.
Yes, yeah, dude, that guy is hilarious.
Yeah. Always
Yeah.
wears the super tight pants, like does the splits somehow.
Yeah, he'll randomly throw in a backward split in a video, and you're like, wait, what? Dude, he's hilarious. I like that guy.
Yeah, Scotty K Fitness. I know you're not watching this, but shout out to you. Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty, you're funny. Keep it coming. I saw the homeowners association video where they were like saying his trash cans were like blocking the house or something, so he needed to build in the video. I wasn't even paying attention to what's going on, but his banter was just amazing. Like he's got really good video banter. I was like, this guy gets it.
Yeah, I love it. And I mean, I just love that constant. He's just got that like Shane O. I mean, he's just got that constant. I mean, doesn't even matter if the video is about anything. I mean, it's just you've got to get that PXG hate into it. Just push that into the people's minds and take down a
Yeah.
company.
If I was PXG, I would be going to Shane O and being like, hey, brother, what can we do to get you on our team? Because it's kind of like, yo, he's as every video he drops in PXG, what if he's low key like a marketer for PXG?
Yeah, Loki. Yeah.
It's funny.
See, I honestly I don't know what the hate is. I mean, um, because I mean I don't know. I've seen people that play PXG drivers, and I mean they play pretty well. But I mean I've just heard that they like, and I saw this video is like telling ChatGPT to like make an image, and he's like, make a PXG golfer, and they're like wearing a PXG hat, PXG polo, PXG like everything, and then it's like make them more PXG, and they're like just turning to like this Giga Chad, and I mean I'm assuming that's just what they look like.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'll be honest, like I don't my cousin was on staff with PXG for a while. Um, if I know I said scratch it, but if PXG sent me an email and be like, hey, big fella, do you want some irons? Do you want to play our irons? I'd probably be like, you know what? I probably will take those irons and give them a
yeah,
go for a year. Like everybody
right,
says
okay,
something until you're kind of put in that position to where it could happen, and you're kind of like, well, maybe I could be Team PXG.
right, yeah, I'll take some. Yeah, I mean, if it's the course of getting free irons or having to spend $1,000 for them, I mean, I'll be team whatever you want me to be.
My wife would be like, so why didn't you take them?
Right.
What's the
Um, But yeah, so I mean, I do have ping irons. They were a mistake to get, but so I went and tried them out, and I that's why I mean going back to the thing of when you're getting fitted or trying out irons. I mean, because the guy let me try them out before I bought them, and we were at Top Golf, and dude, I was just he had that little IR machine. It was showing where I was hitting the club on like the club face, and I was like dead center smoking these things, just could not miss. And I'm like, okay, this is the easiest money I've ever spent. Like I'm gonna be the best golfer in the world.
Yeah. I'll
And
give you double the amount for these irons.
well, and the thing was, I think he wanted like 375 for him, but because he was an older gentleman, he was selling them on Craigslist. Pro tip, look for golf shit on Craigslist because old people just don't know how to work Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist is like a gold mine for
Is
stuff.
that still a thing?
Oh
Is
yeah,
Craig
anytime I want a good deal, I'm like, I'm not gonna fight on Marketplace. I'm gonna go on Craigslist and find the old man who doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm gonna get it for like a stupid price because it's been on there for 2 months.
that is a solid tip. And he's probably like tired of worrying about the posting. So now he just wants to get rid of it.
He actually, so I was about to Venmo him $375. He goes, 375? I was like, yep, that's what you said. He goes, just send me 350. And I'm like, I don't know how they could get any better.
What a good guy.
Right. And then yes.
They probably aren't using apps like OfferUp or anything like that. They're
Oh yeah,
probably
no.
posting on their desktop at their house.
Well, and I'm the first person who's probably messaged him. They've been on there for like 2 months. So I was like, what? I'm like, this just must be like I'm like, these are either sold and the guy just doesn't know how to get it, or like this guy is just gonna he doesn't know what he's got. Because they were 2024s. Like they
Yeah.
were last year's model with upgraded shafts, Golf Pride grips, which isn't like a huge thing, but it's like they weren't cheap grips,
Yeah.
they were upgraded shafts. And I was like, okay, for like a third of the price that they were last year.
That's
Okay.
a no-brainer. I think anybody would take that deal.
Yeah, so I did. I've never played worse, and it's amazing.
So from the moment that you first swung them and you're like, oh my God, these clubs, until the next time that you swung them, when you went and played with them, were you like, oh boy, what have I done? Or were you actually still hitting them pretty good?
No, it didn't. Well, so we went, so the courses had just opened up and we were playing off I guess, I don't know, it was a big thing. So a lot of our courses, like the practice range, it's you actually play on grass. I guess a lot of places you only play on mats. So we were playing on mats because it was still too wet.
Yeah.
And I was playing really well. I was playing stupid solid with them. And then we went to go play after that. And then playing on the actual ground, it was like, because they're not like a
Um,
full cavity back. So it's just, they are not forgiving at all.
yeah.
And I've gotten better with them. But in my head, it was like, when I bought them, I was like beaming. I'm like, I got to go find a tea time tonight. Like in my head, it's like the, oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Everybody,
just,
dude,
yeah.
that's kind of cool though that like you were peering them from the get-go.
Yeah. And then my brain made like a disconnect right away. It's like, ha, gotcha, idiot.
Hey, that's golf. That's golf
Yeah.
101.
But it's fun. I mean, people think they're like, yeah, they see my bag and they're like, oh, what are those? And I'm like, yeah, you want them? Yeah, I'll take your cavity back.
I'll sell them to you for $500.
Yeah, so PXG, if you want to reach out to me, give me some cavity backs. I'm looking to get rid of my pings.
PXG, hook the fella up. Come on now.
Yeah, PXG
What,
sponsor Rev Mac's next shootout.
man? Please
And Shano Golfs, please offer him an outrageous amount of money and then make him still slander your company.
do it for the big Shano golf.
I guess what do you got in the works? Like what's coming up next for Rev Mac?
Man, wait, were we done with the swipe and the shared and the send it? Were we done with all those
I think
questions?
we had such a conversation. I mean, my brain is so far gone from even that, and I should have probably made a better list than I did. Um, that I mean, we can do some more. I mean, is there
Oh,
anything
we're
that
good.
on
We're
topics?
good.
Hole in ones?
Hole in ones. I don't have any. I have like one that was 2 inches, one that was like 6 inches, and that's about it. No aces yet. What's your thoughts on hole in ones on par three courses versus regular courses? And does it count?
Yeah, I mean, for someone like myself, I'll take anything. I'll tell them it's a par five. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, if it took you one stroke to get the ball in the hole, that's an ace. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why it's a hole in one. Uno doesn't matter how you read it; it's still one.
I've seen a lot of debates on whether par three aces on par three courses, like executive courses, should count because it's not a real course. I'm like, bro, if it takes you one stroke to get the ball in the hole, that's literally a hole in one. That's an ace. So it's funny
Mhm.
to just talk to different people about that and see where they stand.
And I'm gonna definitely clip that out of context that you just said. I've had 2 inches, 6 inches.
I was gonna make a joke about like, man, 2 inches can be a lot or not a lot. 6 inches is a lot. And I'm like, man, he could probably like flip that like they do
Oh
all
yeah,
the politicians and spin it in another direction.
yeah,
And it'd be like me saying 6 inches and then they're going like this.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then I
It'll
just,
just be like a hypercut of just like 2 inches, 6 inches.
yeah, exactly. I just got cooked, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. 2 inches, 6 inches, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean that just shows you that between 2 to 6 inches, a lot can happen. So
It's a
don't
wide
stop trying.
variable. Yeah, exactly. So what's next for Rev Mac? That's a good question. We got some Father's Day stuff coming up that you're gonna see pushing out. Um, I'm trying to do last year we did a creator meetup here in San Diego with, about 8 or 9 other golf creators. We went to this place called Loma Club. It's a super chill 9-hole course for beginners, good for short game. Basically, all is welcome there. And when you finish it, the last hole that's out right by like one of the best wing spots in San Diego called Dirty Birds. But the course
Nice.
is just a vibe. There's no rush. It's got a really cool view of planes landing in San Diego. So I'm thinking about trying to schedule one of those again, maybe reach out to, all the people in San Diego and then Orange County and LA and see if they want to come and just kind of make it like a big networking deal.
Nice.
Hopefully by the end of the summer, beginning of fall. Just depends on timing and who wants to do it.
Hey, that's super
Yeah.
sick. Well, I guess I mean we're coming up on the end of the episode here. Did you think of that crazy story or?
Yeah. So if we're going non-golf related, it can be like inappropriate or not appropriate. It
As
can be
vulgar as
like
you want to make it? Yeah.
as vulgar as I want to be. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't get. There's no AdSense on this stuff, so it don't
Yeah, there's
matter.
no accents. No, I'll just keep it kind of where it's okay kind of family. It's not one of my craziest, but the main one that sticks in my head, it actually takes place in Des Moines. And it's crazy in the sense that we were there originally for like a funeral, my grandfather's funeral. But he was like so much older, none of us grandkids really had a relationship with him. So after the funeral, it was our first time for all of us grandkids to actually see each other because my mom comes from nine brothers and sisters. So
Wow.
yeah, each one has like two or three kids, and we've been scattered all the way from like Hawaii to Texas to Florida to like from all over, right?
Wow.
But this funeral was like the first time for all of us cousins to get together and hang out, and we were all within the ages of like 17 to 19 to 20. So we're all like, yo, man, let's like this is gonna be fun. We're gonna treat this like a party. And we did. We all got a hotel room, and it was like this weird place, this outside of Des Moines, which I had never been to Iowa before. And there was a roller coaster, and we were just getting absolutely hammered. And the parents were actually all together, but they were like mourning the loss of their
Mm,
grandfather. But none of
right.
us really had a relationship with them, so I was like, we're just gonna go do our own thing. It sounds messed up, but it's if you knew our family, you'd be like, yeah, it totally makes sense. And some of the cousins wanted to start smoking cigarettes, so instead of walking all the way through the hotel lobby, my cousin just opened up the window and would just jump out, and they would go back and forth from the room like that. We didn't know that like there was a police that was probably like 200 yards watching everything that we were doing. And so like 20 minutes after them smoking cigarettes, we get a knock on the door and we look out and there's like seven or eight cops just standing at the door. And we're like, what the heck's going on? And nobody's afraid. Nobody wants to open the door because we're all underage, like
Hey.
we're gonna go to jail and like we're not opening the door. Some of them are already jumping out the window, and then all of a sudden, like the cops kick in the door with their guns out, and we're just all like freaking out, thinking we're gonna get shot because all we're doing is drinking, and the cops are kicking the door, and they're like, "Freeze, police! What's going on?" And like we're like, "Dude, we're just drinking." They're like, "Why didn't you answer the door?" Like they're coming in like a raid. And finally, after everything gets settled, like two of the cousins end up in handcuffs. One of them almost gets tased. And they're like, what is going on here? And we're like, we're just in town for your funeral having a party. And they're like, why do you keep running in and out? They're like, we want to smoke cigarettes. They're like, so why don't you just go through the lobby? They're like, because we're underage. Like, you guys could have been shot. Like it was this huge ordeal. And they're like, you know what, you guys are gonna go to jail. They start cuffing everybody, like, unless a parent can come down and get all of you. So I was like, the only parent that's cool enough to do this is my mom. And I have to call my mom away from like her dad's memorial service to come and get
Oh no.
all of us away from going to jail. So she comes down and she like takes not like the cops actually released like 14 of us kids to her, and they're like, we don't need to come back to this hotel again. So she takes us to breakfast and like we all sober up. But definitely one of the crazier stories, yeah.
Breakfast. This is morning.
Dude, this was like by the time everything was said and done, this was damn near like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
like from the night before. I thought you were saying like you like started at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, yeah, we're gonna start drinking, smoking cigarettes.
No, so it was the party was still going. So the service ended at like 5:30 or 6 in the afternoon. And then all the parents went to the dinner and we went back to the hotel. So we started drinking at like 8:30 or 9 at night, but we kept partying. So
Wow.
by the time the cops were finished with like kicking in our door and all that, it was like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. My mom comes down.
Wow.
It's like 4 o'clock, we all go to Denny's. Yeah.
Well, she celebrated with Denny's, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a lot. Wow, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not didn't get shot there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a story. Uh well, thank you for sharing that, and I appreciate you very much for coming on today and kind of spewing a little bit about yourself and a little bit about why you're doing the things you do and what's up in the future.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. If you ever find your way out here on the West Coast, definitely hit me up.
Yeah, I wanna see some San Diego sometime soon. So maybe in this winter here I'll have to make a move down there, or not make a move down there. make my way down there. So
Dude, absolutely. I mean, the winter time out here is like perfect. May and June right now, our weather is like hit or miss because they call it May gray, June gloom. But
mhm.
every other time of the year, especially like October, November, it's like perfect.
Yeah, like right now, I mean, it just quit, but it's like 65 and blowing, and yesterday was like 81. So it's
That's
just
wild.
such a difference. And then yeah, tomorrow will probably be 81 again, and the next day might be 50.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's inconsistent in North Dakota is the inconsistency.
Similar to Texas.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, again, I thank you very much for coming on. Where can the people find you if they're not already following you, which is I find hard to believe. So,
What'd you say? Where
where,
do the people
where can
find
people
me?
find you if they're not already following you? I find it hard to
Oh,
believe that that people aren't already following you.
so Instagram, you can find me. It's at Rev__Mac. TikTok, the same thing at Rev__Mac. Or if you want to just shoot me an email, revmacgolf@gmail.com. Give me a what's up, big fella. Let's play, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's connect. I'm about it.
And that email plug was specifically for PXG. For the head of PXG that's listening right now, please send an
PhD.
email.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get all that stuff down in the comment section or the description on it so that people can find it if they are terrible at hearing. So
Hell yeah.
awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out Rev Mac and make sure to check out the Wave Golf Club at front9golfco.com. Thank you guys all so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Thanks for having me.